Goes to a party and awkwardly follows friend around the entire time. Goes to a family reunion and awkwardly follows mom around the entire time. Goes to hell and awkwardly follows Satan the entire time. I know for a fact I've told this story on here before, but I'll never get over the time when I was working retail and I was cashing out some lady, so I asked cash, debit or credit, how are you paying mom? And she said that's none of your business and demanded to speak to my manager about my invasive question. Oh, I've got one in this vein. A lady called our company wanting us to come steam clean her tile floors but refused to give her address, instead demanding that we do it at our location, and hung up when I tried to explain that her floors were attached to her house. Let that sink in for a second. Me, time for sleepy, my garbage body, hot hot hot, no cold, no hot, bad bad, throw up, no hungry, no remember that mistake you made at work, internalize it, never forget, back hurt yes, headache yes, hot yes, roll over ass kitten, Russia's greatest love matchy. My co-workers and I have this running joke where whenever it gets quiet in the warehouse someone will do Jar Jar dirty talk voice, and yesterday it was quiet and someone said Misa wants sloppy toppy, and I look over to our middle-aged manager who just had to listen to that and she was just Elf androgyny and dwarf androgyny and orc androgyny are like 3 very different forms of androgyny and defiance of the binary, and they're also good. Elf, everyone's pretty but has no ass. Dwarf, everyone's hairy but has no ass. Orc, everyone's shredded and can crack walnuts between their cheeks. Goblin androgyny, you're small and horrible and you're pretty certain that gender was a kind of beetle you ate last week. My mom won't say the word tampon around my brothers or dad, she just gives me an intense look and says supplies, and then I loudly say oh do you mean tampons, and she gets angry. Next time she asks for supplies I'm gonna assume she means building supplies and bring her lumber. Tony Stark didn't die until he was canonically established as Spider-Man's father figure. The Parker Curse. Jake Gyllenhaal. I've got you now, Spider-Man. This is where you meet your end. Peter, you're like a father to me. Jake Gyllenhaal dying on the spot. What the frick? Spider-Man been putting the E in ad for half a century. Idea, scene with 2 characters eagerly stripping each other clearly about to bone, but they keep getting interrupted by finding carefully concealed weapons in each other's clothing, so they keep just unholstering, revealing and unstrapping increasingly ludicrous amounts of hidden guns and knives as the clothes come off, and it's low-key killing the mood a little. Alternative idea, it's not killing the mood at all. You're right and I'm a fool. You're a musician, yes, for a decade now. How can you be a musician for over 10 years if you're only 23? Some people are 13 years old.
Your question is really a bad question.
Can I show you my pet? Empties a tiny drop of water out of a small vial I had in my pocket and puts it on a slide and puts the slide under a microscope and spends 30 minutes focusing the microscope while you stand there and wait silently, and then I call you over to look into the microscope and you see this. Do you think there was like discourse about Jane Austen novels when they first came out? Ladies Weekly Tea and Reading Club. Welcome to the meeting. We have exiled Charlotte because she stands Mr. Wickham. I had a guy come in and order 2 sandwiches today and he told me the second was for his boyfriend because he was surprising him with lunch at work, and my skin cleared, microbes watered. I love homosexuality. I know I said love was fake earlier, but hearing the excitement in this boy's voice when he was telling me about his boyfriend melted my cold dead heart. I'm a believer again. He was so excited to get his boyfriend a sandwich, guys. He knew his boyfriend's favorite order by heart and was so proud of it. There's quite literally nothing on this earth better than that gay love. Worm on a string, but it has the legs of a greyhound. Whom here is loving girls on this fine night? Hey OP, do you accept constructive criticism? Sure, what is it? This is a very good post and I appreciate it very much. I too am loving girls on this fine night. Have a good week. We really need to come up with horrendous misunderstandings of men's anatomy to put in fiction books and refuse to stop until there are no more sentient boobs. Suggestions. His penis poked up curiously, like a puppy seeing a tennis ball. His penis lunged against the restraint of his pelvis like a poorly socialized puppy that had just seen a young child to knock over, but was held back by its leash. His balls sagged with embarrassment. His balls clung desperately to each other like lovers parting for the last time. When he came inside, his beard was limp with dejection. His mustache flared with rage. TIL that baristas the CIA Starbucks do not write down customers' names on their cups and there are no frequent customer award cards. Another reason I hate the government. I love seeing people on my dash get really into a kids show and then get really mad and upset when it's a kids show. They'll be like, the characters are so one-dimensional and the plots are so repetitive, and it's like on one hand I understand because kids shows can be good and it's always frustrating to see a show you like disappoint you. On the other hand you are watching Paw Patrol. Wants to read, doesn't read, wants to draw, doesn't draw, wants to study a language, doesn't study the language, wants to watch new movies, doesn't watch new movies, wants to do stuff I like and enjoy, doesn't. If you want the rewards of finding a new favorite song then you have to submit to the mortifying ordeal of listening to unfamiliar music. Closed area, I'll be sure to keep an eye out for whatever the hell that is. Beware Spring Arm Sam. When I'm watching something on Netflix and they start to speak in English and instead of translating it they just go, speaking in Vietnamese. Now how does that help me? These flu masks are really a fine thing. For the homely person they are a regular godsend and for the handsome ones they give that added touch of mystery that is so appealing to the average person. Douglas Island News, Alaska, November 15th 1918. Nothing like absolutely vibing with people who lived 102 years ago. Sitting on and touching warm rocks, now that's the good stuff. Are you a reptile? What are you, a cop? Mind your business.
Mind your business, that's all. Mind your business.
Welcome students. Wash dry. This is real sign for a real business I passed today. It is May of 2021. Do you ever ship people through osmosis? Like you're not even in that fandom but you've seen so many cute shippy posts about them that you start to ship them anyway. For a moment I wanted to say that's not what osmosis is but actually what the frick. TikTok witches will be like, don't break a witch's heart, then show a video of them stirring muddy water in a bowl. Mutuals to go to the aquarium with, mutuals to hold hands with at the aquarium and whenever we see a weird looking fish we point at it and say that's you. Recognition of love through being told you look like a slightly weird fish. What if Greg Heffel had the death note, he would open a phone book and just start writing. Worst movie trope is when the weird girl gets a makeover. Frick you. Frick off. I hate you. More movies where the weird girl befriends the popular girl and the popular girl gets a weird makeover. I hope that Jeb runs for president because I left my favorite hat at the White House and Obama won't let me come get it. Bush became my favorite person after he stopped being president. How does it feel to be famous? I dunno. Ask Jesus. To be fair Pukey, you might as well be famous from your posts alone that hypothetically you could be almost as popular if not more so than Jesus. I just simply don't believe you in any way ever. I think we could reform Pangea if we all tried hard enough, if we all just got in the water and pushed. I have a horrible secret to share. To the 5 of you who cared to keep up with new Build-A-Bear releases, you've probably noticed a lot of bold yellow animals lately. The lion, pineapple, narwhal, etc. There's a reason for that. It's because they made too much of it expecting the minions from Despicable Me to sell well, but they didn't. So now they have all this extra yellow fabric to use. So all these new releases, yeah, they're made out of minion skin. My package of dried mangoes assures me that they are made from only the juiciest mangoes, which is an interesting sentiment to me. You would not believe how much water these bad boys had in them before we removed almost all of it. This beef jerky was made from the juiciest gosh darn cows you'd ever laid your eyes on. You could slap the side of this beef and hear a basketball hitting a gym floor. We had to wring those frickers out like a ShamWow for days. I, for one, do not want to stop wearing a mask. I often wander around stores slack-jawed and dead-eyed in amazement like a caveman who has just been released from a glacier, and it's a little less scary to the other patrons if they can't see my mouth. Under the mask I'm like the lock screen, the home screen. When you're happy, you enjoy the music. When you're sad, you understand the lyrics. Maya hi, Maya who, Maya hap, Maya haha. When I turn my biology book to page 69 and it's about human reproduction. Elon Musk's new chip will allow you to transmit music directly to the brain. Hackers, crack the chip. The bigger a dick guy has, the slower he walks YouTube. Me, I'm fast as frig boy. Yo mama so ugly, your dad had to get a husband, the kid with two dads. The only person who would be able to play both GTA 5 and GTA 6. Reading in head, I'm practically a master of linguistics. My pronunciations are perfect beyond compare. Reading aloud, chokes on spit. What are you mixed with? My mom and my dad. Stuff that's big. The universe, planets, the Naruto fandom, unfortunately, the gaping void in my life, Texas, the purple man from Kuroko no Basket. Me at myself, why is she doing this to herself? Do you know how hard I worked for us to have accidental eye contact? If you wanna be my lover, you gotta be able to rip a log in half with your bare hands. Me, the fam sleeping, enemy, bark. How people think girls comment on each other's selfies. OMG gorgeous, that's my best friend right there. You look so good babe, beautiful as always XOXO. How girls actually comment on each other's selfies. Pee on me, spit on my limbs. The Black Death was one of the most devastating pandemics in human history, resulting in the deaths of an estimated 75 to 200 million people and peaking in Europe in the years 1346 to 53. You looked like a sausage. My tummy hurts but I'm being so brave about it. B-movie, but every time they say B I eat a spoonful of honey, the face of a broken man. Do you ever like randomly wake up in the middle of the night, check your social networks, then go back to sleep? You both like raccoons. Stranger, hey Shrexy. When your friend is sick and you want to miss school, breathe on me, Britney Spears in the zone. Will you still love me when I'm no longer young and a semi-successful humor blogger? Do you ever stalk yourself on Insta after someone follows you just to see what they see? Don't cry because it's over, cry because you're ugly. Growing up with 3 parents was really weird. What? You had 3 parents? Yeah, my mom's a Gemini. Serious situation. My brain. Laugh. What beautiful weather outside, I'm gonna close the curtains. Who is she? First date with me is watching Shrek and then I fight you during the credits.
Howdy folks, I hope that you all enjoyed episode 201 of Top Tumblr Memes. If you did, feel free to drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it, and if you're able to go the extra mile, feel free to click the join button next to the subscribe button and become a channel member. I would greatly appreciate that as well. Now, I'm letting you all know I'm working on Exposed Conspiracies. That is a Tumblr user that is new, that I haven't seen really a lot of, and I wanted to make a Tumblr user for. as well as a Today I Learned, as well as a meme stolen from Tumblr, as well as a post from Weirder Timelines. Those are 4 Tumblr users that I'm working on, just letting you know so that you all have something to look forward to in the future. I have also created the channel, Cowboy Carl. There's nothing on it, and I've done nothing else related to it, but I'm working on it. A big part of that's going to be when I finally transition home home to Orlando from Miami. That's where I'm hoping to be able to get a lot more done. I'm kind of packing stuff up and cleaning up the apartment a bit. So yes, thank you all for responding yesterday with your the best thing that had happened to you today, the most positive thing that had happened to you yesterday. I really enjoyed reading them and reacting to them, so thank you everyone for commenting and posting and replying about that. And unfortunately, I'm feeling very not creative right now, so I wasn't able to generate a question of the day, and I'm a little bit of a time crunch. I know you all will understand. It's okay. Lets you get back to the next video faster. So I hope that you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time of day it is for you, and I will see you all tomorrow with episode 202 of Top Tumblr Memes. Peace out, guys.